Facebook numbers that they are just crossing right now, a beat on earnings per share anyway. Corey.
Yeah, earnings per share comes in at 34 cents. The analysts were wrong again, guessing it was going to be 24 cents. Very interesting to me is that the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, David Eberson, who brought the company public, he's going to step down later in the year and be replaced by David Winner, who I don't know, I don't think. But sometimes you see that after an IPO that someone comes in, gets the company into shape and whips them into just the position they're going to be in to go public, and then walks away with the riches a year later.
As long as he keeps all his options, right?
Indeed, and revenues for the company again at $2.5 billion for the quarter. So another great big giant quarter. I'm going to pour through the numbers some more and look at some of the metrics we're getting about mobile usage and advertising as well.
But there's been a lot of concern about this company, and Brian, I know you might have some thoughts on this, that this is a company that's become somewhat staid, and it's more that older people are using it now, and the kids are flocking to other things.
Yeah, that might be the trend here in the U.S., but what's important is this is a global company. 1.26 billion users, a lot of them are abroad. This is a company that's doing very well in Europe still. Big mobile presence in Germany, Italy, Spain, France. Facebook is huge around the world, and one of the things that's happening right now is that growth is being driven by the continued growth of smartphones around the world. Emerging market growth is actually driving Facebook's numbers, and so I think their challenge is to monetize that, to monetize the emerging market user, but also to monetize Instagram, because that actually is one of the places where we're seeing people migrate.
WhatsApp as well. I mean, Oculus, they've done all these acquisitions.
Right, and
they've got to figure out a way for these to make money.
And that's the other thing, is that it looks like a holdings company now. It's a portfolio company of tech companies now. It's not just, an Oculus Rift. Who knows what that's going to become? But the WhatsApp is actually a really interesting acquisition. Facebook made a very interesting announcement just recently. You can no longer message through the Facebook application. Messaging is now a separate feature. So it looks like they really want...
Which is so annoying, by the way.
It might be
really annoying, because they still tell you inside the Facebook app you've got two messages.
Right.
But if you push the button,
you've got to go to the app.
You've got to go to the app, and if you don't have the app loaded up, then it just doesn't work.
But it forces you to download the app. So if you think about it, it's actually brilliant, because it's forcing you to change your behavior because you need that message.
And they've got to just get fed up and
use something else. I just use something else. I'll just go to text messages instead.
Yeah, what's the point of having it on a different platform?
I think they actually are looking ahead 5 years and realizing that they need to separate people's usage from just the Facebook application itself. Messaging, we know, is huge. WhatsApp is the global platform now, and they need to separate that.
Earlier, I think that mobile really smacked them in the face when they saw this emerging platform where they were virtually not present, and realized they had to have a very different approach. And I think that approach we're starting to see are sort of very siloed, different kinds of companies within the sort of overall Facebook. And they've also got to feel, with these kinds of results, like they know what they're doing. I mean, if you've got a company that's so big, throwing off so much free cash flow a year ago, 71% more revenue this quarter than a year ago, that's fantastic growth on a very large scale.
And 78% of their users are accessing Facebook via mobile applications. And that's critical, too, because
78%?
78%. And it hasn't been that long that they've been serving ads to those users. And so that's really just getting started, especially in these emerging markets.